Hi, this is Kathi Quinn with Floriani. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing, and I want to welcome you to this week's Project of the Week. We had educator training last week, and I got to see all kinds of beautiful samples that other educators have created. And one thing that has intrigued me is the straight line quilting. So I wanted to do that, but I want to do it in the hoop. So what I've got on screen here is just a picture of a pieced quilt block, and I only brought this up so you can understand the idea of what I'm talking about. So I like this straight line quilting. So what I would do is I would create a block of stitches the same size as my quilt block. So what I would do is I'm going to come up here to my rectangle tool. I'm going to left mouse click, and I'm just going to grab black, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Now I'm going to select that rectangle, and it's just artwork, and I'm going to make sure it's a 9 by 9 because that's the size of my block. So now that I've got that there and it's a 9 by 9, I'm going to show you what I've done. I have actually created a artwork block. Now I've just got the quilt block there just so you can see what's in my mind, what I'm simulating, because all we're actually creating is the quilting part. The block is already done, be it single blocks that we've pieced in the hoop, or it might be a block that we pieced on the machine and want to put in the hoop. However, this is where we're going. So I love that straight line quilting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to my wave fill, and I'm going to left mouse click, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make this about 1/2 inch apart, and I'm going to apply. So you can see over the top of your quilt block, you're just straight line quilting. Now sometimes the lines are wavy, sometimes they're actually straight. So we're going to look at a little bit of what we could do. Now the first thing with our wave fill is, of course, I can pick the distance. Well, I've picked 1/2 inch. I could put it closer or farther. Let's go ahead and say, let's make it 1 inch apart. Okay, so there's my wave fill 1 inch apart. Now on this wave fill, I can select that, and I could change how much I want to wave. I could make this wave not as drastic. I could make it where it was more like a kind of a meandering type straight. I'm going to hit enter to apply, and you can see I changed the direction of my wave, and I can make it more or less depending on what I want to do here. So apply, and you can see that's going to change. It's going to follow the line I've created. Now I can also come in here and say, you know what? I want this to be a straight line, a real straight line, and I can make straight line quilting. Now these are 1 inch apart. I might want them 1/2 inch apart. Now the other thing I would do in here is I would come in here, and this stitch length, I would change that as well. I would come in here and probably make this about a 3 millimeter, depending on batting, how much batting I've got. If it's a heavier batting, I might make it a 3.5. I'm going to apply that, and now in my hoop, I can come in here, and we're going to pretend we don't have any of this red, white, and blue. In fact, I'm going to just look at black. So all we're going to see in here to redraw is my black. So I'm going to come in here, and there would be my straight line quilting. I think that's pretty cool stuff. Go back. Let's go back to our wave. Right here, I'm going to turn this back into a wave. I'm going to leave it. Let's see what it looks like at 1/2 inch. Perfect. We're going to come in here, and we're going to look at that as well. Let's come in here and look at our wave. So I think it would be a lot of fun to do some of this straight line quilting, whether we're doing a block in the hoop, we're doing mug rugs in the hoop, anything we want to do in the hoop that's quilted. I kind of like this pieced look, and then we just straight line quilt clear across it. So I hope this has given you some ideas. I've got so many ideas in my head from what I've seen the girls' samples. So I'm looking forward to coming up with some fun stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you've picked up something from it and have got some great ideas. I look forward to seeing you again next week.